Hey, love, this is Reverend Valerie Love, and I am coming to you today live from my creation box. So, the creation box, what is the creation box? The creation box is a room in your home that you dedicate to creating your life consciously by design, by divine design. And all the walls in the creation box are dedicated to creating what you desire. They're not just for art and frivolous stuff. In the creation box, you put on the walls what you are desirous of manifesting or what you're desirous of creating more of in your life. So in my creation box, I have a wall that's devoted to money manifestation, prosperity, wealth, and abundance, building riches. And I offer that this may be something that you want to create as well. In addition to that, every time I get a check, I keep a copy of it, and I have a book, a binder, not much unlike the dreams book. If you didn't see the video that I did just before this one on the dreams book, go look at that on how to create a book of dreams, of your dreams coming true. I also have a book, a binder that has in it checks, lots of checks, checks. I've just been collecting checks and collecting checks. Every time I collect a check, I copy it and I put a copy of it in that book. I hold on to all of those checks because in the moments where I'm kind of mad or I'm kind of wanting to manifest more money or I'm kind of feeling a lack thought creep over me, I'm like, oh, no, 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 wait a minute. I'm too rich, too wealthy, and too abundant to not experience what I desire to experience. So I wanted to share with you that when you get checks in the mail, copy them, keep a copy, and then put them in a binder or put them in a place where you'll look at them over and over and over and over and over again. This conditions your mind to getting checks. You're convincing yourself that you get checks and that you get lots of checks and that checks always come to you and that checks come to you from all different places giving you money as gifts of the universe. You're simply conditioning your mind to receiving. I declared my mailbox a check receptacle. I told my mailbox, you are here to collect checks in my absence. I mean, I can't stand there all day waiting for the UPS and the mailman to give me checks. I need some place to put all those checks till I get back home. That's what the mailbox is for. It's for getting all your checks and it's for getting good news. I declared my mailbox a receptacle for checks and glad tidings. That's what I told her. I said, your job is this, to hold in my absence when all of the wonderful people come bringing me checks, the UPS man, and not the UPS man, the wonderful people who work at the post office, when they come bearing checks and glad tidings, I want you to collect them, hold them for me until I get home. That's your job. And my mailbox is good at doing its job. So, hey, do you, boo? I'm doing me. Do you? If it works for you, work it. So I just wanted to share with you this little this is something that I keep with my checks, and this is something I got from Reverend Jim Webb at the Tacoma Park Chapel. He is an amazing abundance manifester, very abundant. I just love his spirit, love his ease manifesting a wealthy, abundant lifestyle, a life of and it seems easy breezy for him. And this is it. It is God is infinitely abundant. I am God's beloved child. I give the light of God permission to bless me in an infinite number of ways through an infinite number of channels to bring to me now that which I desire. I release any current that would withhold from me that which I desire. I release any forcing current that would thwart the creation of my desires. I open to the current of God that would heal me, expand me, feed me, support me, love me, envelop me, that I may draw to me every aspect of abundance that I desire. And so it is. Is that not a powerful prayer? Is that not a powerful prayer? Well, I should say, is that a powerful prayer? Yes. Ain't no not in it. Yes. That is powerful prayer. So I keep that with this particular stack of checks that I share with you today. So, just take a flip through your checks sometime. Look at that. That's a check. Where's this check? Well, this is a nice check that just came to me the other day. It's $500 check. And look, I was not expecting that check. The check came to me in the mail. This is the check that came to me in the mail for actually $29,000. I got this a few years ago when I was a real estate investor. I keep that check because I really like knowing that I could sit down and do a real estate deal and manifest quite a bit of money. I love that. I love that. Here's another check that I manifested for a little over $15,000. Yeah, $15,000. I love that. Okay, here's another check manifested, doing what I love, doing what I love. This check $790. Yeah, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. It doesn't matter when the checks come. Keep them eternally. Keep them all the time. Here's another check for a couple of $1,000s that I got from doing a presentation. Love that. That was great. Here's another check that I got for $5,000. Lovely, lovely. Here's a check that I got from an affiliate company for $199 for referring people for doing something good. Here's a check that came in for from a client. Make sure you don't see the name on that. That's wonderful. Love getting checks in the mail. Here's another check that came in from uh, $11,749.63 from a real estate deal. That was really nice. Here's another check that came in for a little over $10,000 for a real estate deal. That was really nice too, huh? Here's another check for a little over, what does that say? $2,248. A little book royalty action going on there. Yay, gotta love books. And keep buying them. Keep buying books. Matter of fact, go to valleylove.com, click on Val's books. Here goes another check here. What is this one for? A little over 10 grand. Oh, wow. 10 grand there from a very good, wonderful friend of mine. Very wonderful friend of mine. Here goes another check that I wasn't expecting in the mail either for $3,377.78. That was very lovely. I went and took that money and went to Africa. Here's another check I was not expecting in the mail also for $2,665. I also told the universe, I love checks with commas in them. Be very clear with the universe. Universe, I love checks coming to me, made out to me with my name on it, with commas in them, preferably more than one. I haven't gotten a check yet with more than one comma in it, but I tell you one thing, it's coming. Here's another check. This was a very interesting manifestation. This $3,064. This is a very interesting manifestation because I'll tell you the story of this manifestation. I wanted to join a business. I wanted to join Life Path Unlimited. And years ago, this was like 2009. And I asked, how much would it cost for me to join the business? I was talking to my sponsor, and she said it would be about $3,000 to join the business for your startup product, which to buy into that business was something like $1,500 plus marketing money, plus some other things that we're doing. So she said I would say $3,000 is a very good starting point for starting this business. I said, okay. So I went into I didn't have $3,000 sitting in my bank account at that time. So I went into my creation mode. Okay, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000. So some time went by. It was maybe a couple of months. And the $3,000 hadn't arrived yet. And I said, you know what? I'm done with this. $3,000 by Friday. And I think I said that on Monday. I said by Friday, $3,000 by Friday. By Friday, $3,000. I had no clue where the $3,000 was going to come from. I really didn't care where the $3,000 was going to come from. I didn't have in my mind any way that I was going to make an extra $3,000 by Friday. I only said, something clicked in me and said, no, wait a minute. This is not acceptable. You really want to join this business and you really want to move forward with this. And you've been waiting like how much time, and you've been doing other stuff, but yet you haven't yet manifested, and you haven't yet manifested this extra $3,000 to do something that you really want to do. No, enough of that. By Friday, $3,000. And something clicked in my mind. So every day, Monday, yeah, $3,000 by Friday, $3,000 by Friday, $3,000. Tuesday, $3,000 by Friday, yeah, $3,000 by Friday. Friday it'll be here, $3,000. Wednesday, still no extra money. $3,000 by Friday. Yep, yep, yep. So now you know the subconscious mind is starting to kick up resistance. Well, where's this $3,000 going to come from? Well, you don't have an extra $3,000. Well, $3,000. Are you crazy? Do you think $3,000 is just going to fall out of the sky on your head? What do you think? $3,000 just anywhere laying around in the street? That's the mind chatter. I didn't care about that. I said $3,000 by Friday. $3,000 by Friday. Thursday, no money showed up yet. $3,000 by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Now here goes the inner chatter. Well, tomorrow's Friday and the money still ain't here. And what are you talking about? You're still saying $3,000 by Friday, but you don't have not even one extra dollar that even looks like it's going to even turn into $3,000. Are you out of your mind? This stuff doesn't work. $3,000 by Friday. Yep. $3,000 by Friday. I went to bed Thursday night completely confident. I mean, I was so confident, I didn't even, if the mental chatter was there, I didn't really even register it. I didn't engage it. I just went on to sleep Thursday night. Woke up Friday morning, looked at my telephone. Here's the magic. Are you ready for this? A text came from my former husband. Years ago, we had filed a lawsuit for several $1,000s. And maybe weeks before this, he had asked me, he said, an attorney called me and said that he could go collect that money that you filed years ago. Remember that thing you filed? I said, yeah, New York City, back in the 80s. He said, yeah, there's an attorney that thinks he can collect that money. I was like, good luck. We never collected it all that time ago. Yeah, okay. He said, well, is it okay if I tell him to go ahead and collect it because we need both your signatures, both our signatures? I said, sure. If he can get it, fine. He says, well, if the attorney gets it, this is his fee that he wants from the money if he collects anything. I said, sure. He's absolutely. If he can collect that money, he's definitely worth getting paid. So yeah, let him get paid. And then he said, so I tell you what, whatever is left over, we split it 50-50. I said, that sounds good to me. 50-50. It's a deal. That conversation happened weeks before that. I had forgotten about that conversation. Almost, kind of. Like it wasn't even in my day to day activity because really, in my mind, what was really going on is that lawyer ain't going to be able to get that money no more than I was able to get that money years ago. But oh well, good luck. Go ahead and try it anyway. I was sort of in a little bit of a not quite believing space with it, but hey, we'll give it a try. And so I was completely unattached to it. I didn't have any, oh, I hope the lawyer can get it. I didn't have any of that going on. I didn't have any, oh, what happens if he doesn't? I didn't need it for bills. I didn't need it for anything. It was just kind of up floating around in the air. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It was very light and free in my spirit. So I pray that I'm now conveying to you an important element of manifestation. This idea of being non-attached to it, of being up in the air with it, of being okay if it comes this day or the other day or whenever it comes. Don't grasp it, don't clasp to it so tightly. Just kind of be okay with it. Wake up Friday morning. Here's the text. Hey Val, this is so and so, my former husband. The lawyer got the money. It came to 6,000, blah, 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 blah. Your cut is 3,100 and blah, blah, blah. Do you want me to send it to you UPS overnight it? Because he would be able to send it from his office, UPS, the check. And all I could do was laugh. I was like, yeah, baby. That's one of them big old winks from the universe, like, you ever get those? You ever get those big winks from the universe, like, I got you, boo. That's what that was like. I was like, yeah, baby. So funny. So that was the story of this check. And that's one of the reasons why I love this money manifestation. And here you go, $3,064. That was after he took out the $20 or $10, whatever. I told him, go ahead and deduct the money for the UPS. I'll pay for that. And this to me the rest. There was a $3,000. Hello, Friday morning. Here's another check, $5,000. Isn't that wonderful? I love that. I love that. Going through here's another lovely check, $2,125. As you can see, I keep my checks for years. Anytime I get a check, I'm gonna keep it. Here's a lovely check from Google, $103.70. Google is always sending me checks. To tell you the truth, I don't even know why those people are sending me checks, and I love it because guess what? I don't have to know why you were sending me a check. I don't ask questions about that. All right, we got another check here from another wonderful company, and this is a very interesting check. Here's one for $3,689.40. I tell you, when that check came, it was very lovely. And I went on a very wonderful cruise to Belize. And it was an incredible manifestation. And it came at the perfect time. And it came at a time that my soul was having this expansion. And I had been affirming that I wanted over $4,000 in my bank account at that time. This was, I don't know, maybe 2000, forget when this was, a couple of years ago. So 2009. So I had been, that was a few years ago. So I had been affirming and looking at my bank account, and it looked lower than I wanted it to be. And in this particular bank account, I kept affirming that it had over $4,000 in it. Now, I don't know why I picked that number, $4,000. I picked that number that I wanted over $4,000 in that bank account, that I was going to have over $4,000 in that bank account. And then I kept visualizing over 4,000, that the balance was 4,000, blah, 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 blah. I didn't really care what the numbers were after the four. I knew it was a four and a comma and blah, 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 blah. I probably picked it because four is my birth path number, and the four is a powerful number for stability and for foundation. So I love the number four. So I was visualizing that, visualizing that, visualizing that, visualizing that, and enjoying myself and enjoying seeing this wonderful manifestation. Well, look what I wrote on this check. It says, I've been visualizing $4,000 in my bank account. This check came to me today as a most welcome surprise. Now, here is the math. Before the check, bank balance, do you see that? Bank balance, $433. After the check, this check, that's an additional $3,689.90. Bank balance, $4,122. Thank you, Spirit. So I want to offer this to you. If you think that your consciousness is not creating your life, think again. And I mean, really think. And I mean, really be. And I mean, really go deep. Because your consciousness is creating everything about your life experience. And if you can just shift your consciousness from the broke, lack, limitation space to the wealth, abundance, prosperity space, that's what's going to happen all the time. I used to run out of money all the time before, until I heard someone say, they were speaking about a very close family member, and they said that this particular person always had money. They said every time you saw her, she had money. She had money in her pocket. And I said, well, that could be me. Like, you mean you could just choose that? You could just choose to always have money. In that moment, something clicked in my mind, and I just decided, I was always going to have money. And from that very day, I kid you not, I would not lie to you. I would not blow smoke up your you know what. I tell you the God's honest truth. From that day to now, I have always had money. Does that mean that I've always had all the money I wanted to have at any particular time? No, probably not. I've always had money, always. I always have it somewhere. If it's not in one account, it's in another account. If it's not in that account, it's in another account. If it's not in one of those accounts, it's in the investments. If it's not in the investments, well, that's not going to happen because it is in the investments. And that's a choice that you make to become wealthy and to have investments. It's just a choice. And once you have investments, if you're not touching them, you could never run out of money. You always have money because your money is in your investments. You always have money. Just get there. Always have money. Just make that your decision. Declare your mailbox a check receptacle. And visualize what you desire. You're creating your life, boo, one precious thought at a time. Make it good. Woo! I love you. This is Reverend Valerie Love. Visit me online at valerielove.com. Peace. Mwah. Oh.